I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on today's what I might call supercar video. You say, Tone, how do you determine what's a supercar or what's not? I say, well, it first starts out with is it super looking, and there is no doubt that this car is everything. Then you throw in the power and the luxury and the hand-built parts and the simple fact that they make, you know, less than 2,000 of these a year. They're making 2,000 Camrys an hour. 2,000 Toyota Camrys an hour. They make 2,000 or less of these for the whole world. For the whole world, okay? That's why when you see one of these, when you drive this car, everybody looks at it, not because it's stunning and that you're handsome or you're pretty or you're beautiful, right? Because you probably are. However, no one ever sees these. When's the last time? Think about that. Sit back for a second. Think about the last time you saw an Aston Martin DB11 just out in public. And the answer is not very often. You know why? Because there's not many of them. And that's why these are such great buys. You don't buy them new, you buy them a few years old with low mileage, great condition, fabulous. You even have some visitors come by once in a while, come by to say hi to you. A matching color dog, right? So anyway, we are going to get into some of the luxury that you get with this car, some of the features, and the incredible paint job that's on it from the factory, the wheel and tire package. We're going to get inside, we're going to go for a drive, we're going to make some noise, we're going to go to country road. We are going to have an awesome, awesome day. Can't wait to get started. All right, so many times you look at a car and you go, wow, that's a great looking car, but we don't know why it's a great looking car. I want to just point out a few things that make for something, you know, just so different than others. First off, this grille right here, the design is patented, right? You know automatically it's an Aston Martin. No other car has that, even though Ford tried to steal it a little bit from the Ford Fusion and a few things. But anyway, the real deal is the Aston grille, whether it's in the DB7, I mean in the 707 or something right here in the DB series, you always know it's an Aston, right? And then you look at things like how the headlights move up into here, where most cars would have a fender here, right? This would be a fender, and then the hood would be split, right? It doesn't work like that on this car. This is all one piece. It's why it's molded. It's why it looks great, and you don't see the seam. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Tone, right? And then these vents here in the hood add another performance treatment. This right here gives it the look that it's already moving while it's not, right? Even the mirrors. These stick out a little bit farther than most mirrors because they're giving you that whole sweeping look design. Its car is moving even in park, which is why it's so great. Wheel and tire combination is fabulous. Got a fresh set of Michelins on it all the way around, so you know you're getting a great car. And that's kind of how I buy cars. When I buy cars, the first thing I do is I look at the tires, and if it has a great set of tires on it, I know the customer or the seller of that car loves that car. If it has a cheapo set of knockoff whatevers and mismatched tires, I know they don't care. They were just trying to flip it. Most manufacturers have what's called a blackout package. That's what they call it, a blackout package. The English, they do it so well. They call it the dark finisher package. Thank you so much. Anyway, this is magnetic silver. It is high metallic. It is spectacular underneath these lights. Look at the ceiling and all that. But you have the paint, you have the black trim all around the car, right? Adding that great sleek look. And then come on up here, you can see how beautiful the paint is. Mirror finish into that. Really, really nice looking. And all of the little bit of lines and creases that they put into the hood to style it, all these little pieces just make for a great looking car. All right, you know, a lot of times people get a car here and it's a car that they want to enjoy on the weekends or what have you. Other people want to do that, but they also would like to go to Cars and Coffee or go to a car show. Again, when you have low production cars like this, people are going to want to see parts of it because they never get to see them, and you're going to have to share that with them. I love the way this opens up here, where we have the whole hood as one piece, and just makes it easier to work on, easier to see stuff in here. And most people don't know this part too as well. This is actually called a mid-engine car. You say, well, Tone, how is it possible it's a mid-engine car with the engines up front? Agreed, good question. However, here is the center line of the steering of the front wheels. The engine is behind that. Most cars have it either in the middle or even in front of that, right, making them nose heavy. This moves it behind there, and why it handles so well, right? Also too, a lot of this vehicle, all of this up in here is for styling. It just looks so great. It's not a big, it's a bigger car, but it's not a big heavy car, and that's why it handles and knows so well. This is a hot turbo setup, so you have 4-liter twin turbos. What's hot turbos mean? Well, if you don't know what that means, means, I'll share with you real quickly. It means typically the turbos would be down by the exhaust. They spin up, then it has to push the air through the filters all the way back up in here, and that is what we call turbo lag. To eliminate turbo lag, we put the turbos here. They're hot, they're ready to go, meaning that they force the air right into the engine, right at the top there, and there's no turbo lag. If it is, it's minimal, and you don't even notice it. So that's a great piece of that feature here. And lastly, you have the person who inspected and then finalized this car. They've got his signature and name right there, which is kind of cool. Every Aston gets that. And then all of the stuff that's easy to get to. People are nervous sometimes. They say, oh, well, an Aston's expensive to maintain. Not really. When you go to the dealer, it could be, but there's many places that service these kinds of cars. They get regular air filter, they get regular oil, they get regular brake fluid, they get regular washer fluid. You don't have to have Aston Martin washer fluid, right, to enjoy your car. All right, so again, so many people all the time will say, wow, Tone, that's a great looking car, but we don't always know why it's a great looking car. Here's a perfect example. I'm at a traffic light in this car, and I can see the people behind me. They're pointing at the car, they're talking about it, and they're so impressed with how beautiful this car is, because when you look at it, like everything is, the thought that goes into it is amazing. For instance, right? Like this taillight setup here that starts almost at the rear wheel. Like look how far that is there. And then sweeps to here pointing at what? The Aston Martin logo and the wings, right? Beautiful there. Here, this little spoiler that moves. And then you have this whole diffuser setup down here. The exhaust in here has two exhaust systems on it, meaning that it's closed. It's nice and quiet, and then in full-on open exhaust, it makes this great burble and sound. When we go for a drive, you're going to really, really like that. We put a tag on it so that we can go for a drive today. All of this styling goes into making for, you know, full wheel independent suspension, big wheels and tires and all that stuff. But what I do like to point out too is that, and while this is a 4-seater car, right, designed to help with insurance and also put some people in the back, but it's also a useful car. You say, Tone, how is this exotic car useful as well? Well, look at the trunk. The trunk can hold 2 to 4 bags, soft bags in there. You could go away for the weekend. You could go to the winery. It has enough room in there for a set of golf clubs, right? It's a useful, cool car that's just amazing. LED lighting, so when you're loading the car here, a skid plate to keep things from getting scratched up and what have you. But I just love, love, love the styling of this in the back. So nice. Beautifully done. I love this shot walking up to the car. I never tire of it because every time I look at it, I see something new. I see, like, for instance, like the roof is thinner widthwise here and gets wider, and then thinner and tapers its way back to make it look like it's moving still. And it's just spectacular to look at from the outside. However, you are getting a luxury grand touring car, and I want to get inside the car and talk about that for a second. So come on in here. One of the things that's really nice is, you may notice too, is that the doors don't open out like regular cars. They open up, they're articulating, so that it creates more room down at the bottom for you to get in and out. It makes it much easier to get in and out of these cars. That's why people like them. And also too, for big people, like I'm 6'1", and I have a lot of room in here, and I can slide the seat even farther back. And so just to give you an idea, like I can barely reach the pedals here. So if you're a 6'3", 4, 5 person, this car potentially could fit you where other cars might not. Alcantara headliner, full leather interior. What's a full leather interior mean, Tone? Well, what it means is this, is not just the seats are covered in leather, but like the door sills, the console, the dash, all stitched, right? All this covered in leather here. It's just beautiful. Paddles here with a square bottom steering wheel. This stack is beautiful here. It's got a killer sound system in it. And so many things, like for high performance modes. You have just a regular mode if you just want to drive the car. You have Sport, you have Sport Plus. It burbles when you downshift the car. The sound that this car makes is spectacular. It is just wonderful, and the comfort. It's everything you'd want in a luxury car, right? But also a car that goes almost 200 miles an hour. All right, so I want to start it for you because this has a dual mode exhaust, right? It has an exhaust that sounds nice, right? While you're driving, you can do some phone work, business, whatever. But then when we open up the exhaust, instead of having to buy an expensive exhaust, it comes with it, right? And with the push of a button, it makes that happen. So let's check it out. This is the regular exhaust, which sounds nice, right? But it doesn't sound like when you open up the exhaust. You can just hear the valves open, and now One of the things I love about this car is the fact that it's a dual mode car. So it's a full-on sports car that you can go do some country roads like we're doing right now, right? That's only half the RPMs, listen. Flips the throttle in between gears. I'm not talking because I'm driving, I'm having a good time driving. It's exactly what this car does to you. It makes you want to drive. And then if something happens, right, you need to get on the phone, you need to do a little business, you need to talk to the kids or whatever, you can just throw it right into drive. It'll handle it all from there. I just push that button, and now it's full automatic. Don't need to worry about anything. How's everybody at the house? Yada, yada, boom, right? So that's nice. All right, so we're now on some back roads again, doing what this car loves to do, and that's the back roads of England, and we're also doing the back roads in the United States. And it is wicked fast. If you want it to be fast, it is. I'm just driving it today. I'll let you drive it fast if you want to, because it'll be your car. But today I'm just driving it, and I'm just showing you how easy it is to drive first off, and the sounds that it makes. I hope you can hear that exhaust. Comes off the corners nice and hard. Steering's nice. May seem like a bigger car, but it's really not. It certainly doesn't act like it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this nice little country drive today. I really appreciate it. Hey, thanks for riding with us today. If you don't mind, give a thumbs up down below. That helps get our message out. I really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time, and maybe share it with your friends. They might see something they like as well. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, was that a drive? I told you that this is an amazing, amazing car, right? I don't know how to explain to you how it feels, fits. It's like a tuxedo. It's like a velvet hammered tuxedo, all in the same package. Luxury inside, incredible styling outside. A 4-liter twin-turbo V8, 8-speed automatic with paddles, right? Making over 500 horsepower. They have some chips and things like that. You can get in between 550 and 600 if you want to move to that next level, which is just amazing when you think about today's modern car. It is just wonderful. And a car that originally stickered for $230,000 with low miles, you can buy for less than half price or somewhere around half price, whatever that number might be. And that is a great deal, man. This is why you buy cars like this and you don't buy new ones. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this amazing, amazing DB11.